Hey, what's going on? We are backstage at Ottawa Comiccon, and I've got the legendary Phil LaMarr with me. Well, yeah, listen.
Legendary. I think I just died.
What I like about you and what I like about voice actors, and what's always attracted me to voice work, is that you can literally go out, make a living, be really popular, but still go do your groceries and have some freedom. Am I right?
Well, you used to before the internet.
Right.
But
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
In general, because people are attached to the character.
Right.
And as voice actors, we're at most a third of the character. I mean, the animators do some of the acting.
Yeah.
The writers, provide the foundation for it, the blueprint for it. So we're interpreting, But, people, there's something about a voice that sort of triggers something in you.
Yeah.
Like, you're a grown man.
Right.
Your parents don't sound the same as they did when you were kids.
No.
But in your head, they do.
Right.
That voice that you hear can take you all the way back in time, to when you were 10 or 8 or whatever. Just hearing your mother's voice is, Mom, know.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the thing that we have that sort of separates us from the other thirds of these characters, is that voice really has some sort of like gut thing for the audience.
And I find it's the same thing with certain smells, like a perfume. If someone's wearing a perfume, and let's say you're in love with someone that wore that perfume, and then you smell that perfume, it brings you right back there. And music as well.
Well, I remember one of the first Scooby-Doos I ever guested on.
Yeah.
It was still back when Casey Kasem was doing Shaggy.
Man. So you got to work with him?
I did. But we read through the script first, and Casey wasn't there. He was off doing his radio show in the morning.
Right.
So before, when we were doing the read-through, Tom Kenny read in Shaggy.
Okay.
And Tom does a really good Shaggy. It sounded so much like the real Shaggy. Like, oh my God, that's great.
Right.
Then we moved into the recording studio, and Casey came.
Yeah.
And then Casey got on the mic and said, Casey, can you just say a couple of lines for us just for level? And Casey started doing the Shaggy voice. And as good as Tom's was, it wasn't the voice.
Right.
And when you heard the voice, the hair on the back of my neck stood up.
Yeah.
I was 7 again.
Yeah.
Just hearing his voice.
Did you, you've been doing voice work for how long?
Really since the early 2000s, I guess.
Okay.
But my very first professional gig was a cartoon back in the 80s.
Okay, so did you ever get to work or be in a studio with Mel Blanc?
When I was a kid, I went to a recording session of Captain Caveman, and I got to see him in the booth.
Wow.
But no, by the time I started working professionally, he was gone.
But seeing him in the booth, was it just like...
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Captain Caveman!
When you do these shows, what's the most common question you get from people? I guess it depends on what...
the most common question is, out of all the things you've done, what's your most favorite character that you ever did?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. What's your favorite day of work? Actually, no, that's actually one that would be easy to answer. The day I got retired or something like... I don't know. I mean... Right. I think if you like your job, that's a harder question to answer.
Yeah,
and I love
course.
my job.
Exactly.
And I've been lucky enough to work on a bunch
You've worked on
shows.
You worked on some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, with really great creators, who are fun and nice and do amazing work. So it's impossible for me to pick a favorite, but people keep asking me.
Right.
And I don't know. It's like, should I just make one up? Tell me what your favorite is. That's it. That's my favorite too. Love you.